What up, y'all? It's the Sports Mix. Big Kenny checking in. It's the shirt and tie edition. I'm here talking a little sports today, man. Just wanted to check in and tap in with my peoples, man. Appreciate y'all, man. If y'all haven't subscribed yet, make sure y'all subscribe to the Sports Mix on YouTube. You can also catch us on Twitch. Sign up for the Twitch, man. We broadcast live over there too, as well as on Facebook, IG, and Twitter. Facebook, IG, and Twitter. The Sports Mix 2021. Follow us on all the socials, man. So I just wanted to tap in right quick, just to see, man, if y'all tuning into this NCAA tournament, man. We into the Sweet 16 round that starts tomorrow. It's gonna be some good games, man. It's gonna be some good games this weekend. By Sunday, we'll know who's gonna be in the Final Four. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited to see some of these games, man. And we talked about the NCAA tournament, man, the portal, how the portal has created some parity a little bit. Where you got guys transferring from bigger schools transferring down to some of the mid majors. You know, and also you got mid major teams that's really had kids together 3 and 4 years, man, and really got some camaraderie and some some good team building, team skills, teams that really play well together. So and it start to show out this time of year. You got some teams, man, that ordinarily you wouldn't see this time of year playing, which to me makes it interesting. You got some higher seeds that advance, which again, it just makes it interesting to watch. So just run through it right quick. Tomorrow you got 4 games on Thursday. You got number 7 Michigan State against number 3 Kansas State. Michigan State, Tom Izzo. They are 7 seed, but it's a Tom Izzo team. His teams always play well in March. You know, um, I didn't follow Michigan State through the years, so I don't know what kind of year they had. Obviously, they weren't typical Izzo team with being the 7 seed, but he's got them playing well now. They're into the Sweet 16, and they got a Kansas State team, so that should be a pretty good game. Um, then you have Arkansas, which is the 8 seed, going against UConn. Another 8 seed. Usually you don't see 8 seeds the second weekend. Looking forward to that game as well. Florida Atlantic, which is a 9 seed. Again, you just don't usually see higher seeds advance to the second weekend. Usually not more than 1 or 2. So you got a 7, a 8, and a 9 all playing tomorrow. Florida Atlantic plays against Tennessee. Then you got number 3 Gonzaga against number 2 UCLA. That's all tomorrow. Friday, you got 2 5 seeds going against 2 5 seeds playing against 2 1 seeds. The only 2 1 seeds left. You got number 5 San Diego State against number 1 Alabama, and then you got number 5 Miami, University of Miami, there in Florida, against number 1 Houston. Houston is my pick to win the whole thing, but it's just you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Um, so they're gonna have a tough game against a tough Miami team, and hopefully for my selfish reasons they get past Miami and get on into that Elite Eight and into the Final Four, and then they cut the nets down on that following Monday. That's my hope. Number 15, Princeton, a 15 seed in the second weekend. Is always a great story. Princeton out of the Ivy League. We know they don't have an issue with the portal. We know they don't have guys coming in and out the portal, leaving in and out the school, Ivy League school. Uh, probably a veteran, more veteran team been together. So looking forward to Princeton against number 6 Creighton. Creighton out of the Big East, and then you got number 3 Xavier, and then you have versus number 2 Texas. So all these games Thursday and Friday should be pretty good games. The tournament has been pretty good so far, from what I've seen. it's always good every year. I haven't really seen a tournament that hasn't been good. I'm just glad that it's not, all the top 4 teams out of each region is advancing. It's not like the chalk and all of the typical schools that we always talk about that are making it to this Sweet 16. So it's good to see some new blood in there and some teams that we aren't quite used to seeing in the Sweet 16. So look forward to that, man. Have trying to see some good games this weekend. My last thing I want to talk about is just Lamar Jackson. Story came out yesterday that he's looking to move out of Baltimore. He's ready to be done with the Ravens. I don't know how true that is or not, but the story came out. It got some legs because people were talking about it, and it is what it is. Me personally, I tend to not believe too much of anything that I see and read because a lot of that stuff end up being a lot of nonsense. I had a back and forth with somebody yesterday on social media about Lamar Jackson being offered $290 million contract that he turned away. And I tried to tell the dude, that wasn't the case, but he insisted that I didn't know what I was talking about and I'm not up to date. I'm not really on point with what was going on. Anybody know me? I know I follow this stuff, so I follow it but I didn't. I mean, it's no big deal. There's somebody that don't know me, but there's somebody that they got an opinion of what they feel like stuff is, and who am I to tell them otherwise? That's your opinion of it, but the facts of the matter is the contract was not worth $290 million guaranteed. The contract had a potential value of $290 million, and there's a difference. There's a difference. If it's guaranteed worth $290 million and he turned it away, I would have an issue with that. Well, I can't even say I have an issue with it, but it would look a lot different. That's the potential value versus the actual value. So that's something that kind of get lost a lot of times, and these stories coming out because people want to say for sure this is what it was, but that's not exactly what the deal was. The next thing that I want to say with regards to Jackson, man, is that I feel like the way I look at it, the Ravens as an organization, and I don't know whether this happened or did not. I personally feel like it should have never got to this point. It should have never got to where, he played out his whole rookie contract, especially after he showed you in year 1 and 2, that he could play in this league. There gotta be some room for growth. What I see happening too is just a lot of moving of the goalposts, and that's usually by fans. Fans are usually the ones moving the goalposts and changing the narrative. Well, at first it was in year 1 and 2 he couldn't win in the playoffs. In year 1 and 2 he couldn't win in the playoffs. He won a playoff game, but now he's only 1 and 3 in the playoffs. He only got 1 playoff win. That's just kind of what it is. That's just kind of what it is. But there's quarterbacks and players, man, that got contracts that had played no playoff games. So again, that's just moving the goalpost to kind of fit what you wanted to fit. Whenever we're talking about the injuries, he's been injured the last 2 years, and he's only played a third. So they cut it down. They giving you these percentages, and he's missed a third of the season, and all of this stuff, which I'm sure it comes up in negotiation. But the people that sit in those rooms, the Harbaughs, the Eric DeCostas, the Ozzie Newsomes, they know the value. They know what Lamar Jackson's value is to the team. Regardless of injuries, they know what his actual value is to this team. More so than Joe the fan, who sometimes treat players like they're robots. We treat these guys like they're robots, and they just supposed to just get out there and just perform on call. It's football, man. Injuries happen in football. So I ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole, man. But it's some of the stuff I see and read is so ridiculous. But again, it's fans, it's opinions. People have their opinions of things. People see things the way they want to see it, and that's just what it is. I know that there's been a lot of commentary, man, that I read on social media from the fan base. A lot of stuff, a lot of people in a lot of the fan base is tired. They ready to move on from Lamar Jackson. That's their opinion. That's their opinion, and that's their prerogative. Again, you can't have a team made up the way they are made up. With the defense is championship caliber defense, especially with the addition of Roquan Smith at the end of last year. And the offense, I believe, just needs some tweaking. And with the new offensive coordinator, is hopeful that he can make the changes to the team and to the offensive philosophy that would take the team over the top. But that's yet to be seen. And will Lamar Jackson be the quarterback that he gets to work with? That's yet to be seen. That's yet to be seen. So this is where we are. This is where we are. So you got the fans, a lot of the fan base that's turned on Lamar Jackson. Personally, I've said it before, I think these are a lot of the same fans that didn't want him to begin with. They kind of tolerated him when they had the 14-2 and, getting to the playoffs and all that stuff. But they, didn't really want the guy to begin with. Now they got a reason to say they don't want him. He wants to be paid, and he doesn't deserve the money, and all of the other stuff that come along with that. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. Again, there are not a lot of facts that's being talked about, because we don't know. We don't know what the Ravens' point of view is. We don't know what Lamar Jackson's point of view is. So that's where we are with this thing. I'm just hopeful moving forward that we're able to get something done. I'm in the camp that wants to see Lamar Jackson get signed. I want to see him signed to something worthy of a number one quarterback in the NFL. And I want to see him in Baltimore. I want to see him with the Ravens. I want to see him win the Super Bowl with the Ravens. That's what I want. But again, I don't work for the Ravens. I don't represent Lamar Jackson, so can't say which way that's going to go. But I'm gonna sign out for now. We're hopeful that something gets done. You got the NFL draft coming up. Could be some trades going on. We'll see. But I'm hopeful, man, that Lamar's here. I want to see some good games this weekend in the NCAA tournament. The NBA playoffs is about to start in a couple of weeks, so we're down in that last couple, them last couple spots. People jockeying for them last spots, man. Are the Lakers going to get in? That's a big question. Who's going to come out of the East? Boston, Milwaukee, Philly. So these are some things, man, I'm going to be looking at in the next couple of weeks. The NBA stuff, the Final Four will be set by Sunday. And hopefully something soon happens with Lamar Jackson. But until then, man, if y'all haven't subscribed to my channels yet, subscribe to my YouTube, Twitch. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. The Sports Mix 2021. The Sports Mix 2021. Appreciate y'all for checking me out, man. It's the Shirt and Tie edition. I'm about to get back at it. Y'all have a great day. Peace.